Welcome to Story Planet, where we bring you relaxing tales to help you unwind. Tonight's story is The Taste of Mom's Kitchen, a heartwarming journey back to the comforts of home. So settle in, get cozy, and let the soothing words carry you into a world of love, nostalgia, and peace. Now, let's begin. The Taste of Mom's Kitchen. The train glided smoothly through rolling fields and charming towns, each moment bringing Olivia closer to her childhood home. She leaned against the window, her eyes following the golden glow of the afternoon sun as it danced across the countryside. It had been years since she'd taken this journey, and the thought of returning filled her with a quiet excitement. Her mother's email had been simple but full of warmth. "Come visit when you can. The garden's in full bloom, and I'm making stew this weekend. It's been too long, Liv." Those words had lingered in her mind, carrying with them the scent of lavender, the sound of laughter, and the feeling of home. As the train neared her hometown, Olivia noticed familiar landmarks. A red barn nestled in a field, a patch of wildflowers swaying in the breeze, and the creek where she and her brother had spent countless afternoons skipping stones. The sight of them filled her heart with a soft glow of nostalgia, reminding her of simpler times. The station was just as she remembered it, small and welcoming, with flower boxes overflowing with petunias. Olivia stepped off the train, her bag slung over her shoulder. She immediately spotted her mom's old blue car waiting in the parking lot, its paint catching the late afternoon sun. Her mother stepped out, waving energetically. "Olivia," she called, her voice as warm as a hug. "Mom." Olivia rushed forward, wrapping her arms around her. Her mom smelled like lavender and sunshine, a scent Olivia had always associated with comfort. "Look at you," her mom said, holding her at arm's length with a proud smile. "Still my girl. Come on, let's get you home." The drive back to the house was filled with easy conversation. Her mom pointed out small changes in town, a new bakery on the corner, a restored fountain in the park, and fresh coats of paint on the library windows. Olivia soaked it all in, finding joy in her mother's words and the way the town seemed to radiate charm and life. When they turned onto the gravel driveway, Olivia's heart skipped a beat. The house stood as if waiting for her, its white walls glowing softly in the fading sunlight. The garden her mom had mentioned was bursting with color, the flower beds brimming with daisies, roses, and marigolds. The porch swing swayed gently in the breeze, as if beckoning her to sit and stay a while. Inside, the kitchen was a picture of home. The large window above the sink let in the last rays of the sun, casting a golden light on the well-worn table and shelves lined with jars of spices. Olivia breathed in deeply, and the rich aroma of stew bubbling on the stove filled her senses. It was earthy, savory, and familiar. "Come sit, sweetheart," her mom said, setting a bowl of stew and a plate of freshly baked rolls on the table. "You must be hungry after your trip." Olivia sat down, the wooden chair creaking softly beneath her. She tore off a piece of the roll, its crust crackling under her fingers, and dipped it into the stew. The first bite was pure comfort. Tender beef, potatoes, carrots, and just the right touch of rosemary. She closed her eyes, letting the flavors transport her back to childhood dinners filled with laughter and love. "It's just like I remember," Olivia said, her voice soft with gratitude. "How do you always make it so perfect?" Her mom laughed as she joined her at the table. Years of practice and a whole lot of love. As they ate, the kitchen seemed to come alive with the hum of memories. Olivia could almost hear the echoes of her younger self and her brother, teasing each other as they helped set the table. The sound of her dad's laugh, the gentle clinking of silverware, and the occasional burst of song from her mom's favorite radio station played in her mind like a warm melody. "Do you remember the apple pie we used to make together?" her mom asked, her eyes twinkling. Olivia's face lit up. Of course, it was always the best part of Thanksgiving. Her mom stood up with a playful grin. "Well, I thought we could make one today, for old time's sake." "Are you serious?" Olivia exclaimed, already rising from her chair. "Let's do it." They spent the next hour peeling apples, the crisp scent of fruit mingling with the warm spices of cinnamon and nutmeg. Olivia laughed as her mom showed her the proper way to pinch the edges of the pie crust, the flour dusting their hands and clothes. It was a joyful, messy process, and Olivia couldn't remember the last time she'd felt so light. Once the pie was in the oven, they sat back with cups of tea, letting the spiced aroma fill the kitchen. The sound of the ticking clock on the wall, the soft rustle of leaves outside the window, and the warmth of her mom's presence created a moment so perfect that Olivia wished it could last forever. When the pie was ready, her mom pulled it from the oven with a triumphant smile. The golden crust shimmered, and the filling bubbled gently at the edges. They sliced it carefully, each piece served with a dollop of whipped cream. As Olivia took her first bite, the taste brought tears to her eyes. It wasn't just the sweetness of the apples or the buttery flakiness of the crust. It was the memories wrapped up in every bite. The laughter, the love, and the feeling of belonging. "Thank you, Mom," Olivia said quietly, her voice filled with emotion. "For everything. For this." Her mom reached across the table and squeezed her hand. "You're always welcome here, Liv. This kitchen will always be yours." That evening, as the stars began to dot the sky, Olivia sat on the porch swing, wrapped in a blanket. The taste of her mom's kitchen still lingered on her tongue, but more than that, it lingered in her heart. The warmth of home, the joy of shared moments, and the enduring love of family filled her with peace. Later, as she lay in her childhood bed, the sounds of the countryside whispered through the open window. The gentle hum of crickets, the rustle of leaves, and the faint scent of lavender carried her into a serene calm. Her thoughts drifted back to the kitchen, the laughter, and the love shared that day. Her eyelids grew heavy, and a contented smile graced her lips. Wrapped in the glow of home, she let herself sink into the softness of the moment. Sleep came gently, like a lullaby, carrying her into dreams filled with the warmth of her mother's kitchen and the peace of being home. Thank you for joining us on Story Planet. If you felt the warmth of home and the love shared and the taste of Mom's kitchen, consider giving a thumbs up. And if this story brought you peace and comfort, feel free to share it with friends and family. Don't forget to subscribe for daily stories from Story Planet, offering serene escapes every evening. Wishing you a peaceful night and a restful sleep, sweet dreams.